Hello and welcome. Today, I will commit mild crimes, discover a castle in the sky, and emotionally scar some frogs. If that sounds like your kind of chaos, go ahead and like the video, maybe even submit, if you're into that sort of commitment. Let's go! I arise from my nightmares again, something about taxes and eye contact. Immediately, I fall down a ladder and run for my life. Ah, a hole. Of course there's a hole. There's always a damn hole. I make my way out of the damn hole, and home I return, a changed man, but my wife did not notice. Hello, wife. Time for adventure. And she immediately provokes an intimate. Bold choice. Good luck with that, sweetheart. Alright, I'll help. Out of love and fear. But mostly fear. Stop running for your life, dear. I can't stab something if you keep panicking. Oh, the water. Clever girl. You must have read the manual. Oh, she's winning. Cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Well, after that, we go to bed. Trauma bonded and soaking wet. Time for adventure. Again. Because we may be stupid, but we are free. After that, I kill some iron, because it looked at me funny. And after a short while, I stumble upon a modest little camp. Naturally, I collected taxes, but not out of greed, out of a civic responsibility. And then, I look to the sky and find a floating castle. And that's probably fine. I ignore that, like I ignore my conscience, and reunited with my wife, who had discovered a band of peasant frogs. They were adorable, probably unionizing. I collected more taxes because it's important to be consistent, as that's what makes it ethical. Oh wow, a diamond spear. It's either a gift from the gods or a reminder that some rich frog king may have died violently and horribly. Either way, it's mine now. Look at this little frogman fishing. The peasantry knows peace. At least until I arrive. Next, I bought fish using the very taxes I stole. I acquired. Remember, kids, language matters. Then I taught my wife how to collect taxes herself. A wholesome family activity. It's like Monopoly, but with real emotional baggage. And out of all the buildings in this village, this one is my favorite. I don't know why I shared that, but I felt like I wanted to. Eventually, we make our way out of the village and onward to glory, or at least whatever's nearby. Oh, it looks like this castle is much bigger than I expected. I'm going to need much better gear to conquer that. Oh well, good lord. Well, you can subscribe to see me throw my family at it like a responsible adventurer. That would be nice. Oh, and we found an abandoned village underneath the castle as well. A real fixer-upper, but excellent tax potential. Alright, well, upon seeing this horde of demons, we decided to leave. Heroically. And fast. I make my way back to the small camp. I meet the owner. Lovely fellow, and politely inform him that his taxes were abysmal. I encourage improvement through threats, as all good mentors do. And then I make my way onward. After a short while, I go AFK to devour a government-subsidized dinner, and in my absence, a zombie takes a bite of my flesh like I'm a post-apocalyptic charcuterie board. I respawn back at camp. I say hello to Craig. His name is Craig now. He did not consent to this. I gather my things, no thanks to Craig, and continue my journey. Eventually, I find my son. He's fixated on an ominous sign. Just standing there. Ominously. I sure bet he wishes he could read, though, and I sure wish I would have invested in education. Well, after that, I grab some andesite and stone. Then, I take the boy on an adventure to teach him the age-old art of involuntary taxation. On our journey, we find some beautiful llamas. Wonderful. And whilst frolicking through the forest, we are encroached upon a dragon. Apparently, it objects to eminent domain. And we die as our bones protest audibly. I take a quick nap, because death is, in fact, exhausting, and set out to retrieve my items. On the way, I find a treehouse, which can only mean one thing. Yes, more taxes. To my surprise, I retrieve my things without issue. And in an even greater miracle, I stumble upon my wife's belongings from episode 1 as well. Still here. Unspoiled. Much like the ideas of collective ownership. Anyway, I make my way back home once more. I check on my son, but he's decided to be Polish for the morning, so I respect his sovereignty. We also have a llama now, that my son acquired via self-defense, which is a totally legitimate means for a redistribution of assets. Just don't ask questions. And now I decide I'm going to build an enchanting tower, with little to no materials and boundless confidence. The capitalist way. I quickly tire of manual labor and meet back up with my son. who seems to have found a tree with a face, and is doing his best to exploit it for his own benefit. I'm so proud. We slap the tree's buttocks for a while as it shoves us and yells at us in Spanish. This too is a product of capitalism. After a few hours of that, darkness begins to set in, so I make my way back to the lighthouse. Well, it looks like my son awoke before I and got an early start on the tower. Oh god. Well, at least child labor is free, so there is that. Well, this is what we have so far. Just trust the process. Or don't, I'm not paying you. Huh. Weird. Oh well, back to work. Ow. Well, now that the tower is finished, cue the B-roll. So, we found a village, taxed some frogs, and stared down a floating castle, and didn't die. Overall, pretty solid day. Please, don't forget to like and submit. Also,
Pizza, pizza.